a time for Mineski to make some of those adjustments. You can't just let the same thing through and again, and that same thing, yeah, like you said, is the PA. They had it 2 games in a row after having it in neither of those games in the earlier best of 3.
And the Centaur getting banned out this time around. So
yeah.
Wait, so the Grimstroke not banned, Dazzle not banned. Mineski taking the Shadow Shaman and the Brewmaster here.
Taking away some of those picks that Newbee.MBG like to run. So,
okay.
You know, you ban something different, you take away something else they've used, and this is going to force Newbee.MBG into a completely different direction.
Yeah. I don't think they want to play against the Shadow Shaman plus Grimstroke either. There's
That's
nice
true.
synergy there. The double Hex is really, really difficult to play against, so it also makes sense to grab it for themselves. Not clear where the Brewmaster is going to be playing. I feel like Mineski probably keeping their draft super open in this position, so they have all of those core picks firing at all cylinders. Like they picked the Axe early last game, and we saw it kind of get dealt with in the previous game as well. They picked the Timbersaw relatively early. I mean, it was 4th pick, but still.
Well, Tusk is a pretty, I think, good support partner to have with the Grimstroke. Gives you some kind of a bit more lockdown and kind of gap closing and frontlining support who can get on top of the Shadow Shaman, cancel some of the annoying things like the Shackles. Generally something you want to make sure you have against Shaman. Something that, you know, Mineski themselves struggled with. They were playing against the Shaman earlier in game 1 again with the Terrorblade. He just kept getting controlled and nobody could actually cancel those Shackles.
Yeah. And both teams keeping the drafts super open. Nobody committing hard to any cores or anything too interesting. For MGB, they want to play carefully. They just want to close the series out without giving Mineski any opportunity to come back. And for Mineski, this is the last chance. They've got no opportunities left, no more lives. Have to win this game.
Yeah, we could be in for, you know, a quick night, a 3-0, or we could be having 3 more games and going well into the wee hours of the night should Mineski start stringing together some wins. Because it really feels like, you know, you give them 1 game and suddenly Mineski's going to maybe figure out a formula with the draft that can work, and there's a very good chance that it goes through that game 5 if Mineski take this game here.
Very interesting to see the Slark ban. I feel like that's mostly just MGB looking at their draft and saying, hey, we don't have solid lockdown.
Sure, and that's also the Morphling ban as well. That's an area you want to have lockdown against as well.
So responding pretty well to their, I mean, that's their own opening.
Mirana ban, that's a bit of an unexpected ban too. They ran it once against OG, but it's not really been a top pick by any means.
Went off in that game though. He had a fantastic time.
Maybe looking at heroes that could maybe partner with the Tusk in that off lane, and also a good hero to, I think, fight Shaman with. You can chase him down, leap on top of him, and take advantage of that slow movement speed as well. Also just killing Serpent Wards with the leap attack speed. So we'll see what Mineski's last ban is going to be and where they make their next adjustments. Or if they just feel, you know, we just need to stick with our cores and hard carries have been working. I don't think you want to go too far away from that formula. Problem is, some of those JT go-to heroes have mostly been banned out. The Lone Druid, the Morphling being 2 of them. Maybe we see the Terrorblade make a comeback. They haven't really got great supports at dealing with a TB at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we've been seeing. So, okay, the Void has been quite popular this tournament. I don't know about its win rate, but has been getting a lot of play. And okay, you were asking about the JT hero. And
the big carries,
it is going to be your anti-mage here. MGB, how are they going to play this nice and fast? That's the answer. They go straight into the Dazzle.
That's the 3-position Dazzle they've run as well. This is such a strong lane. Dazzle with Tusk. You get this fast Necrobook. It's basically a better Midas. You farm so fast with it because it just moves around the jungle. It pressures lanes. It's something to throw your Shadow Wave nuke onto as well.
The uptime is ridiculous too. It's very, very good.
This is a great pick for MGB, and I understand why it went through, because if they want to pick AM, you want to ban heroes that counter it like Void, but getting Dazzle 3rd pick is extra value.
So now so they don't have a ton of deep push just yet on Mineski. I feel like that's going to be important. The other big thing that I always look at with these core Dazzle drafts is that you need a way to jump the Dazzle. If you can't kill the Dazzle, you can't kill anybody else. Like, you can't harass people, you can't kind of poke them down. The Dazzle's got way too much sustain for that. You won't be able to focus anybody else down either because of the Grave, in theory. So you need to find some way to get on that Dazzle and kill him in the fight without anyone else being able to respond. But that's where this Tusk-Dazzle combination is so strong, because if you try and go on the Dazzle, the Tusk is going to snowball him.
Winter Wyvern.
They needed this deep push.
Yes.
They really, really needed the deep push. This is the classic go-to against your push strats. Used to see this all the time against Drow Ranger strats before. before some of the Drow Ranger changes.
Is it too early, though? It's not even been revealed to be like a full-on push strat or anything.
Yeah.
I guess it's likely because of the AM pick, but MGB could easily just pick up some late game of their own to match the AM. They could get a Terrorblade or something.
Yeah, they could take this in a different direction.
I guess Wyvern is good against TB type heroes as well, but there's plenty of carry options still available. Is Bloodseeker just a dead hero? I feel like I never see Bloodseeker picked, even when the AM has made his return.
Yeah, the Seeker feels like he's in a pretty weird spot now. He was good for a while, getting a lot of play, got some incremental nerfs, and then just got a big change in the recent patch with losing all of his plus damage, so now he's just got attack speed on Thirst, and Rupture no longer being lethal. Both of those feel like they've been pretty harsh to the Bloodseeker. So I don't think we're going to be seeing it here. There's still like an Axe in the pool, but we're talking about this Dazzle as being in position 3. They've got too many support heroes, I think, to pick an offlaner.
They need to get their scaling heroes. Troll Warlord, there's a carry that matches up against AM.
Yeah.
I like this. Like this a lot. We did a Q&A, it's one of the N9 guys said, you know what hero do you want to see more of? And he said Troll Warlord, the new ultimate, to see him wailing around and...
Yeah.
I haven't seen Troll Warlord in competitive Dota, I don't think.
Yeah, it didn't really happen at the... I saw a few games of it at the start of the patch. It started out with the Troll ulti being bugged, where if you ultied somebody and they didn't die, you just had permanent vision over them for the rest of the... Well, until they died at that point, which was absolutely ridiculous. And then once that got fixed, it felt like people kind of stopped playing Troll Warlord a little bit. But the hero did still seem strong at the beginning of the patch. I don't know if he seems pretty well suited to like the Wraithband treads kind of meta that's been going around at the moment. Maybe he misses the old phase boots a little bit. Those were really the go-to on Troll. And the new ones don't really have any appeal for him. He's got plenty of armor and plenty of attack speed, so... We'll see what ends up happening. They have an insanely fast early Roshan this game. They have so much sustain. Troll is amazing at soloing Rosh.
Dazzle Necrobook with a medallion typically picked up as well. Oh, I like this Timbersaw ban. Are they going into the Kunkka? The mid Kunkka we've seen so much of. Yeah. Why not? It's been one of the best mid heroes of the tournament. I feel like I've only seen Kunkka lose that one game earlier today with OG. Yeah. And it was because of Timbersaw.
And they needed more catch as well, right? We talked about this Grimstroke toss. They don't have the solid lockdown necessarily. But they do have follow-up, is the thing. So if you get the X marks the spot on the AM, for example, that's where you can follow it up with a snowball stun into a punch, or the Phantom's Embrace coming through.
Troll just coming in and wailing away.
Yeah, finding a root perhaps. No bashes anymore. Can buy the basher that's now available on the Troll Warlord. So we might see that, and Mineski. I think just another hero to buy time. Right? That's what they need here.
Yeah, what's Moon looking at here? I don't think you can go too greedy like his Tinker type heroes. You need to go something a bit more early game oriented.
Do you think the Monkey King works?
Yeah, I think it does.
It jumps on the Dazzle. It's good against the Kunkka.
Yeah.
It buys them some time. It can split push as well, so the AM can be split pushing one lane, Monkey King split pushing the other.
OD though.
This
perhaps inspired by 430 last game. 430, by the way, has been amazing this entire series, and ever since they've gone these win streak, he was like 14-0 in game 1 on Leshrac, had an amazing OD game, and we'll see if Moon can replicate that with his OD.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
it seems greedy. It's like anti-mage is your game plan here. I think they needed to play the anti-mage game plan, and now the OD is kind of, they're splitting their focus a little bit. OD is going to be farming, anti-mage is going to be farming.
OD doesn't have to be a full-on hard carry though. Like you can go a bit more, like, you know, we saw Drums play.
But he's also not a ganker.
No, he's not. You're right. And who's going to be fulfilling that role? KP's playing Brew. He's going to have to rush a Blink Dagger, it feels like, this game, if they want to make plays happen. But Brew's not even that guy who wants to rush a Blink and catch people out because he doesn't have like a stun. It's a Blink Clap ultimate rather than like, you know, a Sandking. You get or an Axe. You get a Blink. You're setting up kills for your team. Brewmaster, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. But I really like this MGB draft overall.
I mean, who knows how the Troll fits in? That's just a hero we just haven't seen. Troll could be incredible. It could also feel a bit underwhelming.
It's something that people were even trying last patch when we got to the point where people were just banning that triumvirate of carries, right? We always had the sort of the PL, TB, Morphling. We saw the Troll Warlord come in occasionally. To me, it always just felt like he needed too many items.
And he got kited. He had this Sven problem.
Yeah, so he needed a Blink because he got kited. He needed a BKB because he got blown up. He needed a farming item because he just needed to start the game somewhere. there were too many, like,
it was one of those series where it sounds good, where it's like, oh, if you're getting kited, you go range form and start right-clicking people.
Sure.
But you almost always want to be melee on top of people getting those bashes, and that's just wasn't reliable enough.
Yeah. But he is a hero that can play fast. That's what I'm picturing this game. Treads, X number of Wraith bands, however many you desire, S and Y, that kind of a thing. Yep. Maybe he could even buy like a Vlad's this game. That's kind of an old build on the Troll Warlord, but if they're just playing this full 5-man strategy and they really want the Roshan,
there we go.
Could be something, but here we go. This could be our last game, Parker.
Yeah, let these teams hear it, especially KP, our Aussie boy up there. He's going to need all the help he can get as Mineski are down 2-0 in this grand finals, but they are not out just yet. As it stands, it will be a bit of a different draft from both teams here. Anti-Mage picked up in this game 3. And on the other side, we see a Troll Warlord for what I want to say is the first time of this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it at all. At least not on the main stage. There were a bunch of concurrent group stage games going on, so difficult to say 100%. But yeah, we'll see. What can they do? I don't even know if Mineski want to play in JT's lane. I think they want to just try and drag MGB away from him and just create space that way. Like 3 heroes playing on one side of the map and then JT hopefully finding farm elsewhere. Maybe he's got boots first on the Shadow Shaman.
Okay. That
might be the saving grace here for Mineski. Maybe they can gank the Kunkka. Febby can just get some wraparounds on mid and they can use Moon's damage to bring him down. Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, they just don't have that amazing support to actually secure an AM's lane. And Wyvern, long cooldown on his spells isn't the greatest. But they want to try lane with him? Sure, but that just seems very all-in on your anti-mage.
All right.
KP says hello.
Getting pressured, but just turns it right back around. He's got somebody else to grab the bounties, so doesn't have to go over there. Going to be a 2-2 start in terms of the bounty runes, nothing too surprising. We do have Awen playing on this position 3 Dazzle this game. Kat, you're going to be on the Tusk. They're not starting with Protoss down here. I thought that we might start with all 3 heroes in an aggressive tri-lane just to get an immediate first blood, but looks like MGB just happy to have the 2-1-2 set up. Leave it at that for now. Moon, we'll see how he does on this mid lane. I think this is a decent matchup for OD, but we'll see. We've seen Kunkka just do some ridiculous things in this tournament. Seems to be no matter what the laning matchup, he still gets something.
Well, yeah, Pylai just trying to see what he can do as far as making sure Anti-Mage gets off to an okay start, but he'll quickly find the tag teaming Tusk, causing him problems. This is just such a strong lane. I don't really feel like a Wyvern AM dual lane is going to be able to match up against the aggression of Tusk Dazzle.
Yeah, I mean, Pai's got a clarity to keep himself sustained on the spam, but the Tusk and the Dazzle have both arrived with plenty of regen themselves, and there's always going to be the Shadow Wave.
Yeah.
The Kunkka is not doing so fantastically at mid lane so far. 430 struggling a little bit against the Banish, and Moon has some pretty nice base damage here, so securing some good CS. 6 and 4 against the 2 and 3, but pretty low CS game across the board. Lane's getting pushed around the place, so neither team really settling in. They're a nice play from MGB. They are going to be able to get the little side pull here and reset the lane position all the way back. So lots more room to chase the AM or the Torrential Archon.
Yeah, and this bottom lane is pushing. So while the Dazzle CS doesn't look amazing, that's because there's this big wave coming to him.
Yep.
And I think as much as the AM's struggling, if you're Mineski, you're thinking, well, AM's struggling, but we're kind of pressuring the Troll at the same time. So both carries not having the most fun time in their laning stage.
Now, even though Moon's doing pretty well on this mid lane, he's also dropping pretty low here.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that there's some more regen coming out on the curve.
Yeah, Salve and Null, so that'll help him out a little bit as a rune spawns. Nothing too crazy as it is an illusion rune. Not the perhaps regen or double damage he was hoping for.
So just the 2-1-2 setup. Oh, Pylai getting walked in a little bit. Forces out the Arctic Burn. Is going to get it out onto both heroes, so still pretty good value for him. And they even kind of enabled this little Radiant pull through as well, so this is going to be a very contested big camp.
Moon just going to continue to use whatever he can to harass constantly, but Kunkka getting a decent number of denies and forcing Moon to keep buying this health regen. So even though OD is doing pretty well on CS, a lot of that money is being invested right back into Tangos and Salves.
Yeah. Interesting build from the Troll Warlord, actually just going for the boots of speed first.
Yeah. So. Gets the gap closing so we can hope to get those roots on top of enemy heroes.
Yeah, and also helps keep him away from the Shaman and the Panda a little bit. Febby started with boots, so Yeah, need the boots of his own to be able to match him a little bit. Thinking about the turnaround here, they are going on to Pi. Archie Burn coming through, but the Dazzle taking a lot of damage. He's got Dick charges, he gets over into the trees. Can he heal up a little bit more? There's the Shadow Wave. JT's still chasing, and Febby finds first blood top in the meantime. Mineski fighting back a little bit, and JT secures that last hit. Catyu, can he actually get this kill? He really wants Pi. Does manage to finish it off, but JT might be able to get one more. Blinks in front of him. Catyu, a couple more hits. Doesn't have any mana left to burn. Fairy Fire's going to keep him alive while the Dazzle TP's in, and he'll be okay.
Yeah, Catyu will salve clarity up, so he may not have to go too far, but really nice pickups for the Anti-Mage, who only has 8 CS in the lane, but that kill is going to at least somewhat help salvage his lane. Top lane Troll did go down. That was the first blood. Gia is farming very well, but must have been clawed out by the Shadow Shaman lane. As we'll see him immediately TP back in to continue his farm. So even with the first blood and the follow-up kill, it's not really a big Mineski lead because of the Anti-Mage's struggles in this bottom lane.
Yeah, and they've actually got a little bit more chase onto this Dazzle, forcing Alwyn back. They knew that Catyu was away from the lane. I think they spotted him at the bottom rune, maybe.
Dazzle has to play with Tusk. You cannot play alone against this dual lane.
No, definitely not. The Anti-Mage, I mean, he's got that kill. Just blink away as the Poison Touch comes out. His CS is struggling a little bit, but it's not a particularly high farm game for anyone. Oh, seeing the Ice Shard block in there. Could have gotten a lot more damage onto JT if they'd landed that successfully. As 430 just getting run at by Moon. 430 looking for a turnaround though. Just wants a bit more free damage.
Yeah, maybe going for like a X-TP back to base fairly soon. We'll have his second bracer available.
Bouncer rune's coming up. Both teams moving into position for that. Pi doesn't want to fight the Tusk for it, so.
Yeah, hoping just to trade 1-for-1 down here, but Catyu snowball in, gets the timing on it, and will get that bounty rune as well as the other. It looks like he can body block Pi there, who's going to try fly on over with the slow, and Pi Light Eye wins the race.
Gets it.
Nice bit of play
holding onto the shards. Pi blocked in on the high ground, but Catyu can't get in here either, so.
Blocked in, blocked out. Pi says hello. No TP, and Catyu.
He's got boots. I think he'll be okay.
Catyu, he's going to go for the chase. He does not have boots, and JT rotating in on over. They may actually turn this one around. Catyu, have you overextended? TP on out, he'll be fine.
He's all right.
Brings the AM over.
Mid lane, Kunkka still struggling a little bit, but the harassment's really starting to come in now that he gets the 3rd point up in the Tidebringer.
Mineski got both top bounty runes on Febby, so that's kind of giving them this 1,000 gold lead with the 3-for-1 rune trade.
Oh, KP.
KP. Ooh.
Looking to crit the courier there.
Yeah.
Quick hex from Febby. Not going to be anything too interesting. Just dragging some creep waves here on the Mineski side. They're coming forward with the slow from Gia, but Troll Ruler can't really threaten that much. It's just going for the Wraithband build, so nothing too surprising. He's an agi carry in the current patch.
Yep.
So there you go.
Pretty standard stuff. He's having no problems getting any farm in his lane. He's almost double the Anti-Mage's CS at this point, so.
JT though, oh wait, does he have, I was about to say no Wraithbands, but never mind. There's a Wraithband on the courier, it's coming out. He's got his treads queued up. Sounds on the Moon, he manages to get the imprisonment on the Grimstroke. Can he actually chase this kill down? He's got the Sandy's Eclipse skilled up. I think he
may need to rotate over, but it doesn't look like he has any interest in doing so.
Can he get the deny here? Moon, nicely done. No panic. Waits for the Roshan hit first, and then finishes the kill.
Kunkka might have been able to help if he wanted to swing on over, but it seemed like 430 just felt like it wasn't worth his time. He had creeps to clear and may have not been something he could have saved anyways.
Yeah. So Dazzle with the 3 points of the Poison Touch. Anti-Mage still getting pressured quite a bit in terms of farm. You're expecting just to see the straight up, well, there you go. Gets queued up. Straight up Necrobook for the Dazzle. Seems way too good. We're going to have a quick pause from Moon.
Take stock of where things are at right now. Mineski off to a slightly better start. 1,000 gold lead early on. They've got the kill on Moon's OD with that support pickup, but Troll Warlord's still in very good shape, especially compared to the Anti-Mage, who is having a little bit of a rough time getting off the ground, but it is an Anti-Mage. Sometimes he gets pressured in lane and does need to find that time to kind of recover and catch up.
And the OD seems to be doing fantastically mid so far. That was my one concern about the Mineski draft this game, that the OD might be a little bit greedy, but Moon seems to be doing just fine. I do worry what happens when the 5-man starts, and JT, gets a few hits in, and then just disengages. They're going to get the snowball forward onto the Wyvern. They actually managed to refresh the Poison Touch there. He's going to buy himself some time with the Cold Embrace. They're still refreshing the touch, though. Awen is going to take a few tower shots on his way out here. JT doesn't have the level 6, and Pi will just end up dying to the poison touch. So can still refresh it even with the cold embrace.
So Awen, continues his presence in this bottom lane, really making life difficult for not just the anti-mage, but also Pielidi's Wyvern. C430, continue to do his thing, has the double bracer and looking to build into some treads now. Will they go for this kill? Doesn't look like they'll be able to get in range for any kind of an X or a silence.
Just 1 point in the X so far.
Well, the Kunkka rotations typically don't happen until a bit later on.
Running forward. Slowed down. They do have the clap. Febby doesn't even need to use the shackle. Just the Ether Shock to finish that kill. Great rotation from Pi.
Yeah, I think he's just realized, like, the best thing I can do to help my anti-mage farm is actually to leave his lane.
Yeah.
Draw attention elsewhere on the map so he can have some freedom.
All right, 430. Lining it up onto Pielidi. Should have enough damage. Protoss coming in here as well to get the silence onto the Brewmaster. Looking like Pi should be brought down, but it's not quite enough. Finally, they do finish it off. Protoss didn't actually get the rum buff. So finished off pretty easily and just ends up being a 1-for-1. Kind of an expensive rotation for the Kunkka just to find the position 5.
Yeah. At least the cooldown of that ghost ship is so low it doesn't matter too much, but in terms of time and the farm you're missing mid lane, definitely Kunkka's not going to feel like that was worth it at all. But his team is set up to take a tier 1 bottom tower, and this is something Mineski were really good about in the earlier series they won. Anytime, you know, their towers are being pressured, they're taking towers elsewhere on the map, but doesn't feel like that's the case right now. The pressure top is coming at a much slower rate. It is there now, though.
Yeah. KP doing his best. He's got the primal split now, so difficult for anybody on MGB to really come up here. I think any one hero that rotates up here just pretty much dies to the Brewmaster. So at the moment, just gonna have a little bit more pushing going on. Febby's still lurking around, comes in here, gets an aggressive Observer Ward down. As MGB kind of making the same play. They're rotating over towards mid, bunch of heroes, looking to leverage this Dazzle to take out the tier 1 tower mid if they can. And they're wrapping around.
Oh gosh.
Pielidi.
They don't see each other quite yet, but they are so close to touching fingers.
Okay, they also see, well, they saw anti-mage for a second down bottom, but he's done with bottom lane. Just gonna TP himself out. KP finally finishing off that top tier 1 tower. Yeah, and over at mid lane, they're going on to 430 a little bit. Moon just getting some stacks up. He has gone for a Midas here on the OD. He had a good start. He does really like the attack speed, but
with an anti-mage on your team, that does sound fairly greedy, but here come Mineski. They want to defend the bottom tier 2 tower. They're all TPing in. They really want to get some kills out of this one. Tusk doesn't quite get the ice shots he was hoping for, and this TP out is, yeah, it's not going to work. Just a Tusk kill for Mineski, as you know, they'll make us wait for it.
Is he asking everybody to leave experience range as well? What's going on there?
It's like, guys, yep.
Yeah, you guys go smoke. This is my kill. All right.
Oh, man. But I don't think MGB mind that one too much. They were pressuring very far off the map, and to only lose a Tusk for it while getting those bounty runes down bottom seems okay for them.
So Troll looks like the game plan for him is to try and match the anti-mage a little bit. He's going for the Battle Fury build up here, and he might be about to die to this rotation. In a bit of a compromising position. Doesn't have a TP scroll either. GG, has he realized what's going on? He's just running at JT, but they've got heroes running at him from the opposite side. Picks up a TP now. It's on cooldown for 23 seconds, and I doubt they even need to use the Brewmaster ultimate to find this kill. And if they could spoon feed it to the anti-mage, that would be great. But
KP gets it. Down bottom though, they're looking. As soon as that gank happens, they're jumping on the OD. Yep. And unfortunately for Moon, he didn't really quite respect the fact that, okay, we gank top, they're going to gank me bottom. There was only one hero bottom, but once the Troll found those heroes, they instantly double TP'd down bottom.
Yeah. And the Phantom's Embrace is going to be very annoying for the OD this game. Kind of the same strat that we saw Febby going for on his Skywrath, as they find the Dazzle rotating over towards the high ground and just slap him down.
Drop the Serpent Wards for that one, but there's at least some neutrals there that you can farm with it. And they want to make sure that there wasn't any kind of grave turnaround play.
Yeah. Yeah, Febby just kiting these satyrs into their death. GG wants some of this farm.
He TP'd in for this one, but Febby's going to try and deny as many as possible.
Oh, Catyu running up here. Wards are doing damage. This is the same story we saw for the Dazzle. Catyu just gets right-clicked down as well. They need to be careful. There's still the Primal Split available for KP.
Yeah.
A little bit more lockdown, and they could just go for that. They've still got the Winter's Curse too for Pi. It's a potential way to start a fight here. Very different build for the OD. Is going to be going for the phase boots. What have they found? They got the X marks the spot out onto both of them. Torrent coming through, following it up with the boat. They drag OD back into the boat as well. Good save from Pi, though. Should be able to keep KP alive. The Ink Swell might be too much damage. They've also got the cleave. KP couldn't get his ultimate off, and now trouble for Moon as he gets silenced. And MGB finding kill after kill. They're looking for even more. The Arcane Rune on the Kunkka is just doing so much work. As now Febby gets dove on. He will turn it around and he kills the Troll Warlord. Febby.
Well, he goes down, but I think his team will at least have some smiles on their face when he brings down the Troll with him. It's still not the fight Mineski we're hoping to see. It's been kind of a slow start for Newbee.MBG, but the first big Grimstroke ultimate comes into play with a perfect Soulbind. Both of them getting X back into the boat, and they just get destroyed by it.
Yeah, that was really, really nice.
They get forced to like hold in position because they also get the silence on them, and they have to get rid of that little beetle, and as a result, things do not go well for them.
Protoss is just maxing the Phantom's Embrace this game, making it really, really difficult. He gets the 3 points, I think, so he gets the 9 attacks to destroy instead of the 6. So, very nice. And right now, it's MGB. I mean, they're still behind a little bit in terms of the net worth, but their lineup can take Roshan at almost any time, and their 5-man potential is really scary.
Yeah, their team fight just looks superior at this point. Even with, Brewmaster Ultimate's good, a Winter's Curse can be potent, but it just feels like MGB going to offer a lot more.
KP is still farming that Blink. I think he might have had an opportunity to get the split off in that fight, but just wasn't expecting the damage from the Kunkka at the last moment. Nice Radiant Skin. JT keeping himself safe there. He's just going to TP back to the Shrine and keep on hitting creeps. 430. He's going for a straight-up Heaven's Halberd this game. That is going to be so annoying for this OD to deal with. Both the mischance and the extremely long duration disarm. And if Moon gets disarmed during his Equilibrium, what can he do? There's really nothing that he can make happen at that point. So both the disarm and the silence from the Grimstroke going to be extremely annoying for Moon. Might even need to see a BKB come out after this Blink Dagger.
The good news for Mineski with their position is after that fight, Troll dying and all, he's now under-farmed compared to the anti-mage. It's kind of this race for the Battle Fury. They're trying to match each other farm for farm. A Battle Troll was winning until recently.
Yeah, okay. Febby gets X'd back. Owen takes some tentative steps forward. Febby just standing next to his wards and doing all right. Needs to get out of the poison touch, though. If this just keeps on getting refreshed, he's just going to die to that.
One more right click.
Owen's looking for him in the trees and does just bop him down. Over on the other side, they're also going to end up losing the Winter Wyvern. Curse comes out, but doesn't save Paladi's life.
Oh, that's good. Couple of kills for Newbee.MBG, and they cleaned up the Serpent Wards down bottom, so Moon will find a... Actually, no, in the attempt to clean up those Serpent Wards, they get punished. The Dazzle goes down with the Primal Split coming out. Newbee perhaps getting a bit over-aggressive there.
Yeah, it's the Blink Dagger reveal for KP, it looks like.
Good.
KP sticking around a little bit, was maybe expecting to get the Blink back out, but now he's in a bad spot. There's just the 2 supports going for him. There will be a save.
Can he get the Blink off? There may be some whirling axes. He's going for the Snowball on top. Perfectly timed. Cat-U. Really good play from him.
Very
No
well
chance to blink. He has been so impressive on this 4-position role. Every single hero, he's played all these different heroes too.
Yeah, this Grand Finals has been looking fantastic. Moon still just farming away, so he's got his Blink now. Anti-Mage, I mean, we checked in on him a little while ago. He's still steadily farming towards that Beef Fury.
It's a slow Battle Fury, but it's, like you mentioned earlier, it's kind of a slow farm game for everyone in some ways.
Yeah,
with
the farm is just pretty equally distributed across the entire board, right? Moon got this Midas, so he's a little bit ahead of everyone, but...
Shaman's looking pretty good considering it's a 4 position in terms of farm. Aether Lens already complete, 4.3k net worth.
Already picking up his level 10 talent.
Yep.
430 going to be going for a Blade Mail next. Okay.
I mean, you disarm the OD, and when the disarm ends, you pop your Blade Mail. OD's never going to really want to or be able to hit the Kunkka in some way.
I'm not sure if I don't know how much I agree with this item.
I think the Kunkka may just become like a Cyclone target. Just, like, ignore him.
Going for Moon. Couldn't get the imprisonment off. He already used it on the creep wave. They just focus him down quickly. He's just turning into a bit of a gold pinata for MGB as they just keep on ganking him.
Yeah, and these are the kind of kills you can't afford to have happen. You're in a deciding match, a game 3 of a grand finals, and you can't just give away a free pickoff like that.
Look at this Dazzle item build. Necro 1 Hex.
With Grimstroke, why not? Double Hex is just going to be so impactful. If not for the Grimstroke, I don't imagine we'd see this build.
We've seen this story before from Febby.
Yeah.
He really wants this bottom tower, just barely gets pushed out of the shards. He's going to be able to TP away.
Yep. They'll clean up these surf mods, and the tower will get lower. Perhaps third time's the charm as far as bringing that one down. Gia is just dead up here, it looks
he's
like.
man fighting. He doesn't have enough mana for his ultimate, though. He's looking for the roots. Can he actually get this kill? No. Highlight Eye finishing it off. Unfortunate again that they couldn't give that to the Anti-Mage to finish his Battle Fury, but he's still going to have it in a couple more CS.
Yeah, and it's still, you're slowing down the troll, killing him off, which is pretty nice in itself. See KP force back away from the Grimstroke in the mid lane.
You now over here.
To follow up Moon's perhaps solo pickoffs. The troll himself has been maybe a bit too over-aggressive, getting caught out a few times and dying mid to Febby. It was nice, fun play from Febby, but something that the troll should not have allowed to have happen.
Yeah. Anti-Mage, now with his Battle Fury online. Troll, I mean, he's got his Battle Fury too, so both of them going to be farming from this point forward. Troll just going to be going for the S and Y next. Mineski, unfortunately, don't really have a whole lot of Roshan potential. I mean, maybe if they pick up a Vlad's on KP or something, gives them the opportunity if they win a big fight. Drop the Mass Serpent Wards in there as well, but for now, not really an objective that they're going to be thinking about too much. Catyu,
he's got Aether Lane.
Yeah.
Not
Easy
respecting
setup.
that cast range, and they're going to back off with the TP, and Catyu actually is A-OK here and is going to threaten to kill off either of these two supports.
They forced so many TPs with that.
Yeah, but
that's so much space. Look at JT. He's like, okay, all right. I just saw everybody TP top. I can push this bottom wave like 3 different times, go for the tier 1 tower a little bit more. Even just going to stop off in the jungle. MGB, the immediate cross-map smoke.
Oh, yeah, that's can be so scary and impactful. You show yourself entirely on one side of the map and just race down to the other. This is very likely to maybe catch out an Anti-Mage.
Who are they going for? I think they may have...
Or an OD. Oh, Moon. They're going to see him in a second. They beeline towards him. They have taken quite a bit of time with a little detour, so Moon has got to be thinking about a TP out soon with a blink available as well. Don't think they're going to be able to catch him, and yeah, they don't even head that direction. They know Moon is already out of there after killing off that creep wave.
Yeah, they're trying to gank to their vision. They're expecting that the Anti-Mage might come to this camp in a little bit, but JT seems to suspect that something's going on. The only person that's shown on the map for the last couple of minutes has been the Troll Warlord, so this is very suspicious.
They're circling the Radiant jungle. They're saying they're in this area.
Going for it. KP, if they burst him down, that would be big trouble. Can he get off the Primal Split? He gets the blink away. They're looking for Febby. Should be an easy kill, but it should only be Febby.
Yep.
As Mineski just disengage.
Yeah, Newbee, play it safe, throw a ghost ship and everything, and just in case the team fight breaks out, but I think KP makes the right call just to insta-blink out, because of that Grimstroke silence, you kind of can't play too aggressive. No. You almost need to Primal Split in from as far away as possible, or make sure you're going in after that Phantom has been thrown out already.
Yeah, he really, he can't afford to let the first disable land, right? Because otherwise he's just going to get completely dealt with.
Has got 2k health with some magic resistance, but even that doesn't really feel like enough.
A little bit of free gold for Pi there. This Hex on the Dazzle is getting dangerously close, and that could just win a team fight all by itself. Anti-Mage going for the very much standard build, Manta into the Basher shortly after. I'm not going to be seeing a BKB or anything out of him. Kunkka, Shadow Blade, spots JT, X marks the spot, gets reflected though, nice counterspell. They don't get the lockdown. 430 getting a little bit greedy there.
Yeah.
Didn't think that JT would be able to react, but nice fast fingers. KP forced to pop the Primal Split defensively, however. Can they actually turn this around? They're looking towards Catyu first. They've already used the boat, so they don't have that. As the Dazzle getting isolated, he won't be able to save the Tusk. Nicely microed by KP. He's going to be looking for another Whirlwind soon. Who's he going to send up? It is 430. They've trapped the Troll Warlord inside of these Mass Serpent Wards. They're auto-attacking him. Hex coming through. One more auto attack's going to do it. Sands Eclipse not really doing anything. He's got the ult. He's got the Grave. He's still surviving. Catyu punching onto Moon. They're still chasing forward. JT's got the ultimate. Will be looking for the Dazzle. Brings him down. 430 waiting. Catyu still being chased. Will get banished up. And KP, I think he'll be able to finish this kill. Nice torrent from 430. Can actually save Catyu. They're looking for the turnaround, in fact. 430. One more hit's going to do it. Picks up the mega kill streak. Catyu still juking. They've got the tag team. JT forced back into this fight to finish up these last couple of kills. 430. Does he have the mana for this? Actually, Counterspell reflects the Phantom back to the Grimstroke.
Okay.
Nicely done. 430, however, still alive. Okay.
They're going to get out there, cut their losses. Newbee.MBG taking some heavy losses, and Mineski put themselves in a great position with Anti-Mage getting heavily involved, and that team fight really going in their favor.
Yeah. 430 just messed up. Right? There's no way that he should let the
the
anti-mage react to the...
It's one of those, like, you know, you're up 2-0.
You get greedy for some damage.
You're feeling good. You know the series is going well. You feel like, okay, these guys, they're just not going to react to this. We can get this extra bit of damage, and I'm going to catch them out by surprise. It's a Shadowblade reveal, I believe, as well. So ultimately, yeah, shouldn't go for that hit.
Gotta be careful about the positioning here. If Ebby's got the lockdown, we'll be able to prevent the combo. X is still going to bring him back, and Ferrari not even relying on being able to activate the X. Just times it nicely.
Not quite the reaction times we saw from the anti-mage. Didn't stop. I mean, the X and the Ghost Ship came out after the right-click in that scenario. So that's what 430 was going for when he went on the AM. But as it stands, it's still a small little pick-off. Not anything too substantial. Not going to turn into any big objective or anything. Troll Warlord, he's really struggling to have an impact on these fights, it feels like. A bit of anti-synergy there with the Grave. He actually had the ultimate, I think, active when the Grave even came out onto him, so he wasn't going to immediately die.
They really need to make the visual effect for Battle Trance, I think, a little bit more obvious. It's a bit hard to tell, both for us and for the enemy team and for his teammates.
I couldn't actually, I knew he turned it on, but I wasn't really sure when it wears off. But it's like, okay, he's not dying, and then he gets Grave, so he's definitely not dying. But problem is, he got the Astral almost hurt him because it was during the Grave. So he came out of the Astral, Grave had worn off, and he's just instantly dead to like a couple Serpent Wards. So maybe if he wasn't Astral, he could have actually ran away and survived, or at least forced more attention on himself. But quick pause coming out. I believe this is just one of the teams fixing some issues with their PC, as 9 out of the 10 of the players are still in the game and in the lobby. Mineski, you know, it's do or die for them. They've got themselves a 4K gold lead. It does feel like this game, though, is at least theirs for the taking right now with the anti-mage.
I feel, yeah, definitely. They've got the top 2 net worth heroes, the OD and the AM, both getting pretty big. I feel like if the Troll Warlord can catch up in terms of farm, that's where he can start to give the AM a little bit of trouble, but he is just so far behind at the moment. There's no way that he can catch up with the AM in terms of his mobility. And it's this classic Troll Warlord problem. You feel like you just need too many items. He wants the SNY because it's a good value pickup, but then still also needs the BKB after that. And you know, when is he going to buy the mobility item? Is there going to be a Shadow Blade or a Blink? How does he actually get into these fights?
Is Anti-Mage kind of like the be-all, end-all of carries this game? Like, you get late game, he should just be able to win it? Or is... Because some games, Anti-Mage, it feels like he actually is going to fall off if it goes too late.
I think 6-slot versus 6-slot, he's going to lose to Troll Warlord, but he's just going to get there that much faster.
Yeah.
Is the big thing, so...
And always, he's always going to be playing from ahead and have like a, 5, 10K net worth lead. So, Mineski, off of that last team fight, get himself into a Roshan pick, gets scouted out, but a little bit too late as they do secure themselves Roshan with the help of that Vlad's pickup.
This is going to be so difficult to deal with. So, Aegis Anti-Mage now, Moon with the Force Staff, lots of mobility, going to be difficult to lock him down in these fights. And the Force Staff even, and just the OD in general, in terms of being able to break these combos from MGB, is going to be extremely important. Like, somebody gets X'd, you can just chase Awen. Oh, Mana Void to cancel the TP. All right, he's got the Grave and he runs, but JT not going to let him go. They're going to need some serious jukes from Awen, staying inside the trees. Anti-Mage surrounding him with the illusions. JT should be able to finish him off. One more auto attack does it.
Gets Necro money as well, so nice little pickups from JT, who now hits level 20, gets that Blink cooldown.
Oh, and this Hex keeps getting pushed back. It feels like that's the big hope for MGB here. The jump forward onto Protoss, he pops the Shrine as well. Now, not a bad place for Mineski to actually fight, and Febby wants to keep on going. Good Torrent boat coming through. KP, can he get the split off? He does manage to do so.
I think
they also save
Febby.
Febby.
This in trouble.
Yeah, and they've got the Anti-Mage coming in on the other side. Protoss going to get locked down. JT should be able to finish that kill. Yeah, chases him down. Nothing that the Troll Warlord can really do. He's going to rely on some lucky roots. They're looking forward with the Snowball, but it's full 430. They're dealing with him in the back lines.
Yeah, 430 is really low, and he's lost that run buff, so he may just go down here. The Bruce split ends, but 430 gets deleted anyways.
And doesn't have the mana. Okay, a little bit of a wasted Winter's Curse there. They're looking towards the Tusk, burning out a little bit of his mana. A few more auto attacks, and Mineski finding their footing here in game number 3. They've got JT's Anti-Mage well and truly online.
Yeah, the Anti-Mage pick is looking really good now that he's up there, and they've shut down this Troll Warlord. Very sizable gold lead, and you can see their 94% win chance. There's the Dota Plus win probability, and they're going high ground with this. Serpent Ward plus Anti-Mage, they will push pretty damn fast here, and there's just nothing Newbee can do about this one.
Yep, KP just still sitting on the front lines. He's going to jump straight in, putting more damage onto the Troll. I mean, he does have the Battle Trance and a Grave to back him up, but still difficult for Troll Warlord to really do anything. And Mineski, I don't even know if they... I mean, they're going to back up and maybe grab a couple more objectives, maybe grab a few more items. JT is sitting on a lot of gold. But other than that, no real reason for them to slow down the pace.
Oh, they want to at least take out the Aegis. Can they kill him twice here? He mantas off and out of there. So JT will not expose himself to all the danger. And does look like Mineski just back off. They take all of the bounty runes, so they get even further ahead. The Hex is finally online. It just feels like it's maybe a little bit too late. It's such an uphill battle, but they're going to still try and make it work. They instantly smoke.
Running in, looking for Moon. How they're going to find the catch under him. There's the Hex to lead things off. They need the follow-up stuns. Can't afford to let the save come through. Moon might actually be okay here. Winter's Curse. They finish him off. Dazzle from the high ground manages to do it. KP is about to be silenced up. This is still trouble. They do have some damage onto the Troll Warlord, but he's popped the Battle Trance. He's doing good damage to KP. They bring him down. Now the Grave coming in as well. The Troll Warlord is winning this fight. They've caught Febby on the backlines as well. Catyu's still looking for him. KP's going to buy back into the game. Hops the Primal Split, just going to look to chase with the Storm Panda. JT manages to isolate Protoss. They bring him down. They're still chasing for more.
If they can get out, they're fine with this. And 430 with the Shadow Blade should do so.
Oh, the Troll.
Oh, they catch him. Nice pick up from Mineski if they can get this kill, and they sure as hell should be able to do it. JT's waiting to... Oh, is he blinking in? There he goes.
Is going to be another Grave from the Dazzle? He's waiting. Troll Warlord's still okay. JT needs to be careful. He's just going to get stunned up here. The Troll's still fighting. Can they bring down the Anti-Mage? They're going to Cold Embrace just to save him. The Ether Shock from Febby is enough to finish the kill. They've got the X onto the Anti-Mage. They bring him back in. All the minus armor and another Hex. JT's down. KP trying to Drunken Brawler his way out of this one. But
no detection, it looks like.
Yeah, Catyu's still chasing. They're looking.
JT just getting a little bit overconfident there. It's like this unfamiliarity. Like, how strong is this Troll hero? And it seems he can actually fight the Anti-Mage head on with the items he's got. He does go down there, but Anti-Mage losing his life for it. Does see a bit of a swing back Newbee.MBG's way. And that was following a KP Brewmaster buyback.
That was a rough couple of minutes for Mineski, especially because they just got nothing from their OD, right? That's the big reason that the fight goes the way that it does. They spent a lot of spells to try and save Moon, especially the Winter's Curse, and it just didn't really set anything up. KP getting focused down shortly after that. And Troll Warlord, does he finally have the... Does he have the BKB? No, he still needs the recipe, it looks like. Not even going to finish the SNY. Might be doing the same thing again. Just popping down these Mass Serpent wards, being a nuisance. 430 does manage to get the deny on the tower, but looks like we might just be resetting kind of for the next Roshan as the next big objective.
Yeah, that seems about right, especially with the... Neither team has incredible vision. There's a couple Mineski wards up on the map and dire ones around the bottom side, but neither of those is around Roshan. Kind of see the map is pretty dark for both sides, and the vision they have isn't in the most useful places right now.
Yeah. I do imagine that Mineski also want to capitalize on the fact that they got that tier 3 earlier. Come in here and take out these shrines when they have an opportunity. Yeah,
I imagine they will be playing a bit scared because of the Brewmaster buyback situation. If he gets insta-hex at the start of a fight, doesn't have an ultimate, suddenly you lose Roshan. So I think they actually have to play pretty cautiously in a lot of ways.
Catyu looking for Pi. JT's in the neighborhood, so are the rest of Mineski. What can they actually find? We don't have the Abyssal Blade just yet on the Anti-Mage. JT has opted to... He once again finds the Dazzle with this blink forward. Now in, does throw out the Hex, buying himself a little bit more space, but Moon can just use the imprisonment to finish him off as the Grave ends.
Now, finding these pickoffs. Perhaps a little bit too early for them to secure a Roshan off of it, but it will force Newbee back into their base and allow Mineski to perhaps get some deeper vision up and take over this dire jungle a bit more. They do still need to address both mid and bottom lane a bit, which are being pushed out by the Chinese squad.
MGB still managing to get 2 bounty runes out of that trade, so net worth lead not expanding too much. KP, not sure what his next item is going to be. Might just need a BKB in this situation, to be honest.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It seems like the only way that he can kind of pop the blink and blink in and actually get the split off reliably. Buyback from the Dazzle. JT runs up forward, has already used the Manta Style, needs to be careful. They've got the Glimmer Cape for him as well. 430 didn't try with the X marks the spot, but...
Yeah, perhaps worried about, I don't know, a spell shield or something, but...
Yeah, he did still hold the counter spell the entire time. Both teams still just kind of chilling out. Smoke from Mineski. They want to go back in, but MGB are also smoked. Who's going to find the initiation? KP gets revealed. Needs to be careful. Can't afford to go down here. Doesn't have the buyback available. 430 running forward with the Shadow Blade. Who can he find? Mineski just scatter. There is a pincer coming in from Katyu, though. He's actually managed to find Febby off to the side. He gets the Yules off in time.
Wow, he
actually gets the blink.
That's his Yules. He punches the Ancient and perhaps could have gone for that snowball play we saw earlier where, you snowball to like a neutral, but...
Yeah, I just don't think there was anything over the path of the...
Yeah.
And he was kind of in the wrong position.
Heads up play from Febby to get out of there.
All right. So everybody alive.
Let the Roche standoff begin.
Oh, and Grimstroke wants to just scout this out, but not realizing that all of Mineski are over here. Unka thinking about throwing spells, but it's just a pump fake from 430. Not going to go for it.
A bit of an unusual move towards that pit too, because Roche couldn't even be up yet. We're not even at that point where it's like the earliest respawn. Uh-oh, here we go.
There we go.
Not this familiar story. We'll hopefully be back into this game fairly soon, as things are getting tense here in the grand finals. But it is Mineski on the ropes a bit as far as the series, but this game, they're in control, at least ever so slightly.
I think they're in the driver's seat, but at the same time, there's still ways, as we've seen, that they can lose a fight, right?
Yep.
It's not a super easy situation to be in. And the anti-mage, I do feel like he's on a little bit of a timer. He's still got room to grow, he's still got items to grab. We haven't even seen the Abyssal Blade picked up just yet. But.
Yep. Well, we're looking to reconnect in this game fairly soon. It does sound like the players may still be going at it, so hopefully not too much of an issue, as I peer over. Cameron's trying to fix it over here, so...
Yeah. I'm still offline for whatever reason.
If anyone on the Convictor side can know what's going on, help us out, feel free to hop on down, hop on the stage. There's room for more people up here. We don't mind. But yeah, this is it. This is very tense, important times for the two teams, as we are still trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But as it stands, we'll put you guys hopefully back in this game fairly soon.